Hello my friends and welcome to Italy a Place to Love YouTube channel. Italy a place to love and Italy a place to know. Alright, so today I want to go back to my last video, which was called Italian Descendant, Further Restrictions on Citizenship by Blood. Now, I made this video and I have to say that first of all, I'm not a solicitor. Second, I've just expressed my opinion, which people might agree or disagree, because the result was this. It's a pity that a lot of people got disappointed by my video, but at the same time, I have to say that I also made a lot of mistakes in my video. So, from one side, I'm not a solicitor. From the other, I've just expressed my opinion. I have to admit that many of the things I said under my video were not correct, were incorrect, and I also understand that many people who watch my video were personally touched by this topic, by the content, and I'm sorry if they got personally disappointed, let's say, because I didn't want to hurt anyone. I just wanted to report from one side what has been done by the Italian government, and from the other side, yes, I shared my opinion as an Italian, which never went deep into this topic, which I never investigated that much before, and I didn't consider, okay, the feelings of each individual that is on the other side. And that's why I want to apologize to all the people who got disappointed from my previous video. Many are the reasons why I should apologize, okay? For example, first of all, because many informations were incorrect. I'm sorry because only now I'm realizing how many people are interested to get an Italian citizenship by Iure Sanguinis, by Descendant, and they are honest people who they really care about Italian origins, so I should have respected more from this point of view. Only now I realize how difficult it was and it is to obtain an Italian citizenship. Now, because I never had to obtain myself an Italian citizenship, I didn't know, and again I apologize, because I didn't know how much frustrating this process is or can be. So, because I wasn't aware, maybe I said few words that I shouldn't have said, but again, now that I went a bit deeper into the topic, I understood that anyway, it's not that easy. In particular for people who have to collect papers, spending a lot of time, spending a lot of money. So, for this reason, I have to apologize. Then only now I realize how much expensive and the time that takes to apply. So that's why I want to apologize. So this is the introduction of the video. Now, obviously, there had been so many different reactions, and to understand more the reactions, because I could have read the messages under my the comments under my videos, which were very interesting, and they opened my eyes, they helped me to understand more the dynamics. Anyway, I decided to go on the Facebook group called Expats Living in Italy, and I was sure I would have found something related with the Italian citizenship. And so I found an interesting post and many interesting comments, and I would like now to read them without judging, anyway, more just exploring the feelings of the people who wanted to apply for, who still want to apply for the Italian citizenship. So, let's read the post. Have read how Italy just changed their law's decree on citizenship based on heritage. really clipping the qualification. Now, there are many comments, more than 200 comments under this video. I skipped few because there were some, but very long, very interesting, but I should make a video just with that comment. For example, now someone says, my grandmother never naturalized to the US, so I should be safe. Okay, now here, for example, through this comment, um, what it comes straightforward to me, that is, there is a new word that I never knew before, like naturalized. And for example, the naturalization process is something that I wasn't aware. Now, if my grandfather naturalized American, technically I'm not entitled to obtain the citizenship because that person naturalized. I didn't know, for example, this division about who naturalized doesn't give the chance to their children or grandchildren to apply. Who didn't naturalize still leaves the window open. For example, now there are people who in the family have someone related who naturalized. To find someone not naturalized, I have to go to great grandfathers or great great grandfathers, and obviously now it's here where the law, with this new law, put a huge obstacle to the people who would like to apply to the Italian citizenship. All right, then. Actually, someone say reply to this comment. Actually, we don't know that. I'm working with an attorney now. There's been talk that the new law doesn't affect 1948 because we aren't requesting new citizenship. We are requiring citizenship that was unjust. We are requiring citizenship that was unjustly stripped from us. Anyway, for example, there is this 1948, and many people, the law in 1948, I don't know what is this law about. I'm not a solicitor, I won't even go deep into this topic because it's not something that is related to me, so, but I understand there is probably another obstacle. Then, if my mother and grandparents were born in Italy but became US citizens before I was born, did I qualify for Italian citizenship under the old law? Do I qualify under the new changes? All of my great grandparents were born in Italy and remained with Italian citizenship. Thank you to anyone who can clarify for me. At the moment, you can get citizenship by living in Italy, someone replies. At the moment, you can get citizenship by living in Italy for 3 years. Unfortunately, your mom and grandparents becoming US citizens cut the line for you to do through juris sanguinis. So you do not, you needed to be born before they renounced the Italian citizenship. So in this case, for example, it's even more complicated because this person wasn't born when parents naturalized, and so now he's not entitled to apply for the Italian citizenship. He should have been born, or maybe he should have been already over 18, which it makes it, anyway, even more complicated for people who would like to obtain the Italian citizenship. Okay, let's read another comment. To be fair, their previous rules were very generous. The grandparents' rule brings it more in line with the rest of Europe. I have to agree with this comment. Now, this comment is not coming from an Italian, probably has an Italian origin, by the surname. For example, we can say in Italy that you are Italian for Italians by surname. If I see someone that doesn't have an Italian surname, I might think, oh, this person is not Italian, while they are. An example. Anyway, to be fair, the previous rules were very generous. It seems like because I've done a bit of research about this, and for example, there are countries who are more strict than Italy about the citizenship. I've read somewhere, for example, that in many countries you can go only back to parents, to many to UK or to Ireland you can only go back to grandparents. Um, so only two generations. Then Italy was one of these nations, like Germany or Austria, for example. Spain only two generations. UK only two generations. Most of the nations are one or two generations back. Italy was is one with Germany and Austria that wasn't very strict, so they gave the chance up to great great grandfather generation. So technically, can we say that Italy now is going in line with the rest of Europe? Technically, yes. Anyway, it's not up to me. It's not, unfortunately, these are the dynamics of the life. I mean, people are leaving, many people are leaving. This is another big topic because Italians are leaving Italy since, not since always. Is We don't have to go very back in the past. For example, we can start saying that the diaspora of the Italians started after the unification of Italy. Before the unification of Italy, before 1861, it's very hard to find Italians who have left Italy. Now, this process, this diaspora, started since the unification of Italy, so here we should study this topic and make videos, not only one video, make more videos about why so many Italians had to leave Italy. Now, I know very well why so many Italians had to leave Italy. As I said, in every single family in Italy, you find someone who left. In every family. Maybe, for sure, in the south of Italy, in every family you find one, two, or even three who left. In the north of Italy, maybe a bit less, but the immigration towards other countries from the north of Italy had been a common thing up to 1920, up to 1915. So from 1861 to 1915, we had a lot of immigration from the north of Italy to abroad, also from the south of Italy, but the biggest diaspora we had in Italy after 1920 from the south of Italy. That's where the biggest diaspora. Anyway, these are the reasons why Italian people left. I mean, these reasons are clear. Was always to have the chance to a better life. Life in Italy and life in the south of Italy was extremely hard. So if people were leaving, was to have a chance to get a better life, which most they have. Then when it's about this topic, generally we know who have good stories, positive stories, so who succeed. Who succeed obviously is still now here, but who didn't succeed disappear. This is typical of the history. How many Italians abroad, how many Italians who have left didn't succeed, and maybe they just disappear in every single story, or maybe they came back to Italy simply because they failed. Not everyone who moved abroad, not all the Italians who moved abroad had been successful. They succeed. Anyway, I know very well why they were leaving, so I don't need technically any lesson. If the situation is if people were struggling, people were leaving. And what can we say on top of this? That people are still living now. So it means that in Italy, this process of leaving Italy, it's not a process that ended 40 years ago, 50 years ago. Oh, Italy is such an extremely... What country Italy is if nowadays we have so many young people that are leaving? Again, it seems like history repeats. We're still in the same path where things haven't changed at all. And again, I'm gonna repeat one more time. I left Italy for 17 years. I could have stayed in Ireland forever and then becoming one of these. If I had children in Ireland, they would have become part of these Italians who have left. This was a decision. Obviously, if there was no job for everyone, someone had to leave. Many people who have left, for example, they were making money, they were succeeding, and so they were also supporting the families in Italy. Like this is the immigration process is always related to this. How many immigrants nowadays are coming in Europe, in the United States, and they're supporting their families back in their native countries? So many. So it's a very controversial, it's extremely... The topic is not easy because there are so many different stories. Now, someone says, very kind of separate, I have another EU passport, am I still okay? So if you have an EU passport, you don't have problems to stay in Italy. Okay, it opens another big topic, because how many... Now, let's think about this, okay? Italy has a difficult financial situation, all right? I'm considered mad because I moved back to Italy. When I'm saying that I moved back, everyone is telling me, you are crazy, there's no job here, how you gonna live? They worry that you're gonna take their money. That's here the mentality. When they see someone coming here, they are worrying a lot, because they say, how is he gonna leave this person, and so on. What do I want to say? That if Italy has such a difficult financial situation where Italians are living, a lot of Italians are questioning themselves and say why there are Italian who descend by Italians abroad who wants to come here. There's no job, salaries are so low. How is it possible? This is what Italian people don't understand. I hope you are watching up to now. Italians don't understand this because they still see their children leaving the country, as my parents saw me leaving the country. And then they see that someone would like to apply for the Italian citizenship. That's where they get confused. Okay, but I'm telling you this because so many Italians are seeing this now that they have problems to understand. Then I can say something else, something that might disappoint many people. Because, okay, before I say what I'm saying, I want to state that I believe that 99% of the people who apply for the Italian citizenship by Descendant are genuine. I'm not saying this. I don't want to say anything against that. But by my side, if you're getting an Italian citizenship, okay, this entitles you to work, to stay anywhere in Europe. And unfortunately, I have to say that all the Italians who I met in my life who got the citizenship by Descendant were not living in Italy. Because they're telling you, oh, but in Italy there's no job, in Italy the salaries are low, I love Italy, my grandparents, my great-grandparents were Italians, but how can I stay in Italy? So I'd rather stay in Germany, I'd rather stay in France, I'd rather stay, I don't know, wherever there is job, okay? Unfortunately, in Ireland, I remember when I was going to the embassy, to the Italian embassy in Dublin, and there was the queue of Italians who were applying for their Italians by descent who were applying for the Italian citizenship, but not to come to live to Italy. Okay? This, and don't get upset because it's not against you. I believe the people who are watching my video, I believe most of the people are genuine, are honest, and so, but I've saw many, I can say hundreds of these people. Okay, I met many Italian, I actually even work with people who were Italian by descent, got the passport, okay, living in Ireland, and not speaking a word of Italian. I had to speak English, which is fine for me, okay. Then for me, people are free to do whatever they want. I mean, I don't blame these people. But this might be the reason why maybe the Italian government decide to put this obstacle, maybe to stop this kind of flooding institution. We know already that the Italian bureaucracy is a disaster. We know already that if you want to apply for the Italian citizenship, it might take years simply because consulates or embassies are packed with requests of Italian citizenship. Then obviously uh, they might put this new law, which I might agree, which I might disagree. It's not up to me in the end. But it's about, again, I want to bring to your attention the fact that Italy is a country which has low salaries, high unemployment, higher than any other country in Europe, has abandoned villages. Then to say to me that, oh, you're gonna get the Italian citizenship, but not to me, but to anyone, to go to live in an abandoned village, nobody's gonna believe you here in Italy because the situation is so bad that nobody's gonna believe you. That's the problem. That's another problem. Then, okay, I don't want to go deeper. I just wanted to give you a kind of picture from an Italian that lives in Italy, who moved back here and can share his own experience. So in October, let me read a few more comments. A few more comments. In October, they made the minor issue, also making it more difficult. Yet they complain the population is declining. They will sell you a house for €1, but then you can't live in it. Makes sense? Again, these houses for €1. I made already few videos. Most of them are a scam. Come on, who is going to buy a house for €1? Come on, in an abandoned village, and then you have to sign that you have to live there 5 years and spending 200,000, 300,000. These are stories. These are lovely stories for the fairy tales, but not the reality. The reality is another one. Italy is a country for rich people. If you are not rich, and I will make it a video one day. If you watch up to now, let me know, because yes, I even wrote here that I was planning to make a video, and I will make it actually. Italy is a country only for rich people. Put this in your mind. If you are not financially wealthy, don't come to Italy. There are no chances to survive. Stay away. If you have money, if you have your wallets loaded of cards and loaded with dollars or loaded with euros or loaded with any, if you are loaded, then you can come to live to Italy. But if you are not loaded, believe me, stay away, because your life is gonna be impossible here. And that's why Italians are leaving. Italians are leaving because if they're not financially wealthy, if they're not rich enough, that's sad but true. Now, if an American, I give you the last example, if an American has a lot of money and wants to get there and wants to come to live to Italy, it's not difficult. It's not difficult at all, okay? You will start buying a property, you will get your residency, so you are sorted. You don't have to worry then about citizenship. Citizenship, I'd say, is more if you're not really financially wealthy. But if you're not financially wealthy, what are you coming to do to Italy? This is what Italian people don't understand, because they still see their children leaving. So Italy is a country for rich people. Then again, there is another topic. The population is declining. Did you ever ask to yourself one question, one simple question, and this is the question that I ask quite often to myself. Are we not too many in Italy? Because this is the reason why always Italian had to leave. Because a country like Italy is not a big country. Now, if we reach a certain amount of population, then naturally there's not enough space for everyone. Now, don't think about these abandoned villages, okay, which they might give you the chance in case you are a wealthy person, you don't need to work, because if in these abandoned villages, you don't need to work, you don't have to need to work, because if you need to work, you cannot live in these abandoned villages. Do you get the point? So, sad but true, Italy is like that. Then I wish to everyone to make their dreams come true. And if I lived abroad, if if I would have found my life in Italy difficult, I've never had moved to Italy. That's it. Simply because I got my foundations, I'm kind of sorted, I found a way to survive and so on, to make my life easier. I'm Italian, I don't have to deal with the citizenship and so on. Was it easy for me to move to the south of Italy, which I never lived? But so simply because I wanted to have this experience and so on. Anyway, another controversial video, but again, I have nothing against people who would like to apply for the Italian citizenship. Actually, I hope this law is not gonna pass, and it's gonna make it easier for all the people who would like, who are dreaming to get the Italian citizenship, and then you are welcome to live to Italy. Then when you're here, you're gonna tell me if you might decide to go back to the country where you were born, because you simply realize that things here are extremely difficult. All right, my friends, I think I've been already talking too much, and I'll see you here on Italy, A Place to Love YouTube channel soon to my next video. Bye.